What about property for yourself? How did you get started in property, and what was the first investment?
So I built my first property at 19, so I was able to save pretty well and worked fairly hard before I got to that point. But I didn't buy a house. I bought a block of land direct from the developer in an area that I knew was fantastic. So it was a new little estate that opened up just off a freeway in a suburb that I grew up in. So was able to, because the developer was family, I was able to pick it up at a good price before any agent costs were taken involved. And I was able to settle on that quickly for them.
Yeah.
So I bought that for $70,000, held it until it settled, built on it when I was able to, and then ended up selling that a few years later. So that's how I got involved with my journey, buying the land that was quite cheap and then building on it straight away and then selling it.
And having the times tables on the wall, obviously you were pretty number focused, so you knew exactly what the sort of outcome was going to happen before you pulled the trigger, I'm guessing?
100. So the land was cheap, which is always good compared to anything else in the area. Knew the area like the back of my hand, and just believed that in that location, things can't go wrong. There was already housing around it. It was just like an old farm that got rezoned. And I did a similar thing just recently. Bought an old farm that had been rezoned in a great location, and then bought the land and built on it. And the value of the property, the value of the land, pretty much doubled within 2 years.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, if you can sit on something and then have it rezoned, it's a potential gold mine, isn't it?
Yeah, well, not even rezoned. It's some of these older towns, you still got these people that sit on these 4,000 square metre lots, that whether it might be an old farm or an old shed, and it's in a great location, but they've just never had anyone to come through and say, all right, I'm going to put a road through here and I'm going to drop it up into 30 lots.
Yeah.
That's it's still happening out there.
Yeah, wow. Some untapped potential out there.